Justin Herbert turns 25 today. So in honor of Justin Herbert, we're going to do a draft of the best quarterbacks 25 and under today's subject. Peter, you get the honors.
I'm going to be controversial here, Mike. I'm taking Jalen Hurts. And I'm taking Jalen Hurts because of something that happened this year when I was covering an Eagles game, of all things, Eagles against Jacksonville. After the game, spent a few minutes with Hurts, who I had never met before, and then spent maybe 10 minutes with Nick Sirianni. And Nick Sirianni told me that week, on the Tuesday of that week, at 9 o'clock in the evening, now, this is a player's day off, he looked around and there's Jalen Hurts, making notes about the game plan, and they're going to come in next week or the next day and introduce it to everybody, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, will you get out of here? I mean, this is his day off, but that is the level of dedication, and it all panned out. And I love Justin Herbert. This is when I knew we were going to do this, and I said, oh my God, how am I going to pick between them? Flip a coin. I just really like what I saw this year out of Jalen Hurts, especially playing in some very, very big games and taking that job by the throat. I'll take Jalen Hurts number one overall.
Hard to argue with that. And when I saw the list that they've offered up to us, which does not include Davis Mills, by the way, but when I saw the list of the quarterbacks 25 and under, I thought, where's, all due respect to Davis Mills, I thought, where's Joe Burrow? Where's Joe Burrow? How's Joe Burrow not on it? Joe Burrow's 26. So
26,
it's hard to get your brain around that, only 3 years in and he's 26. So I'll go Justin Herbert if you're going to leave him on the board. I mean, the guy is a giant. He's got a rocket arm. He can run when he needs to. He's tough. I think he played for multiple weeks with plenty of discomfort in his chest from that hit that he took against the Chiefs on the first short week Thursday night game of the season back in week 2. So give me Justin Herbert. Both of these guys, I think, going to be getting massive contracts before the season starts.
Look, I'm not sure I would have said this before this year, but I'm saying it now. I'll take Trevor Lawrence, especially after seeing him in the second half of a playoff game really take charge. And everybody will say, well, what about the first half? He was a bonehead in the first half. The whole team was terrible and all that. And I would just say there come times. It's like when I asked Tom Brady after the 28-3 comeback against the Atlanta Falcons, how does it feel to have played the best game of your life and the biggest game of your life? And he goes, that wasn't the best game of my life. He said the first half I was terrible. And I said, but that's what great quarterbacks do. They come back from a horse crap period of football, and they basically take your team out of the wilderness, put that team on your back, and take you to win the game. And then he plays a competitive game against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City the next week. I'll take Trevor Lawrence, and I'm very happy with my first two guys.
I would have taken Trevor Lawrence if you hadn't. I am going to go from one Justin to another Justin in Justin Fields, the guy that allows the Bears to not take a quarterback with the first overall pick, the guy who has become the best running quarterback in the NFL in only 2 seasons. He is dynamic, he is exciting, and somehow they only won 3 games with him last year. They develop him as a passer, and he is going to be a top 5 quarterback regardless of skill set. He's already the number 1 running option in the NFL at the quarterback position, and that's Justin Fields. Let's take a break. All right, the best quarterbacks 25 and under in honor of Justin Herbert turning 25 today. We've got 2 rounds done, and we actually have time, shockingly, because usually we're rushing out the door in the final segment. We got time to do 2 more rounds. Peter, who you got?
Show me something Daniel Jones. And I would not have taken Daniel Jones in 4 rounds in this draft a year ago, but I think now he's got the right person building his team in Joe Shane. He's got the right people coaching him in Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka. I think he has a golden future. I don't know if he's going to be a great NFL quarterback, but I think he definitely can be a winning NFL quarterback Daniel Jones, my third-round pick in the under 25 or 25 and under draft of quarterbacks.
This is a tough one for me, and it shouldn't be tough, but because of Kyler Murray's injury, because of the recent comments from Kelvin Beachum that he needs to grow up, and there's been some blowback to Beachum for saying it out loud, but it kind of confirms what everyone's thinking. There is a maturity factor at play here for Kyler Murray. How committed is he going to be to becoming the best quarterback he can be? Will he be the same when he comes back from the torn ACL? This Cardinals team is just in a weird purgatory funk right now, and that's kind of what it feels like Kyler Murray's career currently is too. But all that said, I still got to take him because when he's 100%, he's one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in all of football.
I like that pick. If he was on the board right now, I would have had a hard time passing on him. But Mike, I think I'm going to take Mac Jones over Kenny Pickett.
Wow.
I'm taking Mac Jones.
Wow.
I'm going to take Mac Jones because I trust Bill O'Brien. I think Bill O'Brien is going to remodel, as they say, word of the day, is going to remodel Mac Jones in the sort of in the vision of a good pocket quarterback who, when he needs to leave the pocket, he can. Only thing that worries me about Mac Jones is the weapons around him, especially if Jacoby Myers leaves in free agency, which I think he probably will do.
First of all, palaver is the word of the day, not remodel. Remodel is a distant second to palaver. And secondly, what happened to Tua? You didn't even struggle between Mac Jones and Tua. It was Mac Jones and Kenny Pickett. I got to go with Tua because when Tua's healthy in that offense, he's spectacular. He was an MVP candidate in that offense when he was healthy. If they can get him to figure out how to play in a way that doesn't result in his helmet hitting the turf and he's doing jiu-jitsu in order to learn how to fall properly, or just get rid of the ball before you get hit. But if they can get him available for 17 regular season games in the postseason, Peter, I think he can still be a great quarterback. But I will acknowledge that is a gigantic if.
It's a big if, and that's the only reason why I would have picked him in the second round. I just don't trust him long term. I hope I'm wrong, but it's hard to trust long term after seeing what happened to him this year.
Not making the list along with Davis Mills, Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, and Zach Wilson, along with Kenny Pickett. I don't think Zach Wilson would have made it in a 10-round draft, but who knows?
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.